On Thursday, September 12th, his star came into conjunction with Hamelech, the king star, between the feet of the lion. That was Tishri 1, Yom Teruah, the Day of Trumpets. This was the great sign in the heavens that announced the coming of the righteous king, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. After Yeshua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, Chaldean astronomers from the east came to Jerusalem and said, "Where is he who was born King of the Jews? We have seen his star in the east and have come to pay homage to him." When King Herod heard these things, he and all Jerusalem were troubled. He gathered all the ruling priests and sages together and demanded that they reveal where the Messiah was to be born. They said, "In Bethlehem of Judea, just as it is written by the prophet Micah." Micah prophesied that the future ruler of Israel would come out of Bethlehem, the city of David. He went on to say that troops of an occupying military force would wound Israel's future leader and that he would relinquish his authority to rule until a future time in which the remnant of the scattered tribes of Israel would return to the land. 100 years before the Roman Empire even existed, Micah knew that a foreign army would occupy Israel. How did he know that the future king would be born in Bethlehem? How did he know that Israel's king would be smitten on the cheek, wounded by the soldiers of this occupying army? How did he know that the northern 10 tribes of Israel would remain scattered until the king regathers them in the last days? He knew because the God of heaven gave him detailed information about these future events, just as the angel Gabriel had given to the prophet Daniel. Matthew chapter 2, verse 7. Herod called the astronomers in privately and diligently inquired of them, when did his star first appear? Herod made diligent inquiry, which is one Greek word used twice for intensity, akribo, to ascertain precisely by thorough examination, interrogation. Herod wanted to know everything that the astronomers knew about the birth of the King of the Jews. He knew that these treasure-laden emissaries were not out for an afternoon camel ride. They had traveled for 2 months at great expense. They were dead serious about their mission to deliver the treasure entrusted to them. This was not a little informal chit-chat session with Herod. He interrogated these intruders into his kingdom. How did you know what to look for in the constellations? How did you interpret the pathways of the planets? Where did you get your information concerning the birth of the King of the Jews? When exactly did his star first appear? Herod had to ascertain the validity of the astronomers' claims, and he had to wonder, why is it the temple priests and senators and scholars know nothing of this event, other than that which the prophet Micah prophesied? Or what were they keeping from him? Herod was a jealous king. He had been rebuilding the temple for 16 years, and his architectural genius graced the land from Masada to the Galilee. His children were destined to rule over Israel as the next kings of the Jews. There was no way that some child was going to get in his way. Herod executed his own adult son, Antipater, less than 4 months after this incident because Caesar had an issue with him. Herod would not even allow one of his own sons to jeopardize his throne. Certainly, no upstart child was going to take it from him. The astronomers were ready for this interrogation. Their records, as with all astronomers, were meticulous. And since the Julian calendar had been the official calendar of the Roman Empire for more than 43 years at the time, the astronomers and Herod spoke the same calendric language. They began. 16 months ago, on Thursday, August 1st, his star, Hatzedek, the righteous, came into conjunction with Nogah as it proceeded on a direct course toward the constellation of Ariel, the lion. On Thursday, September 12th, his star came into conjunction with Hamelech, the king star, between the feet of the lion. That was Tishri 1, Yom Teruah, the Day of Trumpets. This was the great sign in the heavens that announced the coming of the righteous king, the Lion of the tribe of Judah. Monday, February 17th, his star, Hatzedik, once again came into conjunction with Hamelech, the king. That was 10 months ago. 3 months later, on Thursday, May 8th, his star, Hatzedik, came into conjunction with Hamelech the third time. A month later, June 17th, his star, Hatzedik, again came into conjunction with Nogah. On Wednesday, August 27th, his star came into a mass conjunction with Kobab, Nogah, and Ma'adim. Then finally, on Monday, October 13th, 2 days before the Feast of Tabernacles, his star came into conjunction with Nogah for the third time in just over a year. We waited until after the conclusion of the feast, and then we departed for Jerusalem. This is a city from which the king will rule the earth with a rod of iron in absolute justice. Then Herod sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search diligently for the young child. When you found him, bring me word so that I may come and render honor." It was Friday, December 19th, that the astronomers arrived just in time to meet with Herod and spend the Sabbath in Jerusalem. It was on this Sabbath that all priests, including Zechariah, were serving in the temple in preparation for the Feast of Hanukkah, which began on Tuesday of that week. The astronomers were looking forward to getting a restful night's sleep before delivering Daniel's treasure, but their sleep was interrupted by a revelation dream from the Almighty. They were warned not to report back to Herod, but to return to their country by another route. Shalom, Torah fans. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Tap the subscription button and the bell icon, and I promise to update weekly with in-depth biblical research. Be sure to download the new michaelrood.tv app for both mobile and home devices for even more commercial-free content.